It's never ever about the body fat percentage. It's never ever about the six pack. It's never ever about growing big biceps. It's never ever about the physique. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I think the biggest problem with people on as to why they struggle to, stick to their meal plan, stick to cutting for long enough, stick to whatever they're doing for long enough, staying consistent, sticking to their plan. It's simply because they focus too much on the tactics, they focus too much on the six pack, rather than focusing on what they're doing in their 24-hour period, and not having a reason as to why you want to get this six pack in the first place, to get this physique in the first place, because it's never ever about the physique. As much as tactics are important, yes, but tactics alone will not help you get to the result. Because if ChatGPT can tell you the tactics, but it can never tell you the traits that comes through this process, like the character you develop from coming within this process, the man you become, the man you need to become during this process, the man of resilience, the man of consistency, the man who stays disciplined. Because tactics doesn't just get you the result. It's you being disciplined and you having the traits in order for you to make it easier for you to stick to the plan, in order for you to get there. Because you are going to be having days, for example, like when you don't feel like, doing your cardio, doing your gym, eating this meal. And this is what the physique teaches you. This is what the six pack teaches you. It doesn't teach you about the tactics. It teaches you about the resilience, onto not giving up, on the discipline, the consistency, the traits that come with you getting into that goal. It's the same way how you don't go to the gym just because, you want to build big biceps. No, because if you go to the gym just because you want to build, muscle, build big biceps, you're not gonna enjoy the process. The same way how you focus too much on abs, focus on the six pack, focus on the body fat percentage. If you focus on that rather than what you're doing in your day-to-day life, then you're not going to enjoy the process. Because when it comes to getting into your goal, it's very important to do your best to be enjoying the process. Because if you don't enjoy the process, then you're going to, just struggle to, stick within the process. Simple as that. And going back to that example of this analogy, it's like you starting boxing. You're not starting boxing just because for the sake of starting boxing. You don't want to start boxing to be just because you want to be better than everyone else. You want to start boxing because of the pain that you went through of you losing against that person in the fight. That's why you started boxing. And so in order for you to not become that man of a loser, you want to become that man who becomes a better individual for their family, You want to start boxing because you want to become that better individual of, protecting your wife, protecting your kids, all of that. Because boxing isn't just, it's less about the knowledge about boxing on how to fight and stuff, and it's more about you becoming that man, the man who protects their wife, the man who again the man who the one who consistently shows up into these boxing sessions and stuff like that. So it's not about about the tactics of the boxing or tactics of the physique. It's more about who you want to become, because life will test you during this process. It's going to, you're going to be getting days where you're going to feel demotivated to go to the gym. And that's where this is what, and you need to think about what the man would do here. The man that doesn't feel like going to the gym, what would he do? He wouldn't skip the gym. No, he would go to the gym. The man who doesn't feel like, going to these sparring sessions or, going to these boxing sessions, even if he doesn't feel like going there, he knows he needs to become that man. So what does he end up doing? He ends up going there, even if he doesn't feel like going there. So you got to stop focusing on the tactics and the six pack and go, build your physique because you want to become that man. The man, all of the character traits that come with it. Because the physique, that's what the physique teaches you. The physique teaches you all of these character side of traits that you develop along the way. Especially me right now, deep into the cut. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you see me, like I've had a few days where I don't really feel like going to the gym, especially during my cut, but I'm still gonna go. You know why? Because I'm not, losing body fat and, like I am trying to get lean, of course, but I'm doing it for the character development, because I know I am going to be experiencing some days where I don't feel like doing my cardio, don't feel like going into the gym, especially during a cut. And this is where the character traits come in, And if you have that mindset where it's less about the physique and more about the man you need to become and more about your character, that's when you'll start to realize that you need to go there for your character. You need to go to the gym for your character, not for your feelings. Because you're gonna rely more on your feelings than less about your character. So you got to understand, when it comes to building your best physique, it's less about the physique and it's more about the man you need to become. I promise you, if you make that mindset shift, you'll end up getting into the goal sooner. You'll end up getting that physique you want way more, easily. You'll enjoy the process more. So don't focus on the abs and focus more on why you want to get the abs in the first place. So that's it from me. If you find this video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If not, then the fact that you watch this video is good enough for me. Thanks for watching as always. I'll see you lot in the next video.